right, guys, welcome back to night 2 of the ROUSH Performance Enduro Series World Tour race here at Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya for the ROUSH Performance Enduro Series World Tour race, sponsored by Continental Tire and Hagerty. Guys, we saw it yesterday. We saw some really tight racing, and I think it's going to get even more exciting tonight. Joining me in the booth tonight is Race Control Harold Darner. We got Jack Roush Jr., joined by his son JP. We have Joey Atterbury in the booth for the first half of the race, and we have Rich Hall in the booth with us tonight. Let's go down to the grid here. And C, sponsored by Continental Tire, as we see Paul Darling, that's a name that we see often, with a 136.4, followed by Miguel and Antonio El Crudo with a 136.9, followed by Kenny Murillo, 137.0, Ted Lowendick, 137.5, and that top 5, Ryan Lewis, 137.7. All right, Jack, you were able to get out on the track yesterday during the Sprint Series race. What's this feel of this track here? I mean, does it feel fast? Does it feel tight? Does it feel wide? What do we got?
All of those, honestly. It's I really enjoyed it. What a chance to get to race at Barcelona, even if virtually. But it was a lot of fun, a lot of challenge as well. Very deceptive turns that really take practice to master. So. Just a lot of fun.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, before the race, we're going to head over to the national anthem, and then we'll go for the green flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, there was Kiana Ryan and Lexi Jones from Phoenix Uncaged. You guys can download their new single on Spotify or Apple Music. All right, guys, we see those 4 GTs lined up there. Lights, of course, are out on that pace car, and we're getting ready to go green. All right, Joey, you obviously were on this, spent a lot of time on this track with the setup, and there's been some new updates with iRacing. What type of difficulties are we going to see with these drivers here at Barcelona?
Yeah, well, Barcelona is a fantastic track. It's actually one of the fastest tracks we go to, shortest lap time so far. These guys are going to be running high minute 30s, about minute 36, minute 37 for the fast guys. And it's a very wide racetrack with long sweeping corners. That means cars can get 2, 3, 4 wide, lots of blind spots, lots of times to draft. It should provide us some really exciting racing out there. Also, we're racing here in the morning, simulated, and it provides a lot of grip. So these guys should be aggressive out there.
All right. Here we go as those 4 GTs pull off.
We have a shortened pace lap here at Barcelona. These guys are starting, we're gridded just before turn 10, so they only have to make their way through a couple corners here before they head out onto the main straightaway looking for that green flag. Got that Ford Mustang safety car leading the field around, and it looks like they're bunching up nicely, staying 2x2 for this start.
This is when the adrenaline really starts to kick in. With a 75 lap race here at Barcelona. Those 4 GTs are side by side.
Bringing them down nice and slow. It's a great looking start. And here we go. Looks like they start to fan out as the green is thrown.
And this is making my heart race after last night's race.
Yes, didn't have the cleanest start to say.
Looks like they're poking out 3 wide back there. Let's see if they keep it clean through turns 1 and 2. This is a big bottleneck, and then it opens back up here into turn 3. There's a long sweeping right-hander where you can really poke your nose inside. Looks like Paul Darling's going to have a nice comfortable lead and start to stretch that out a little bit.
Yeah, he had a great start. Look at that.
Yep, Paul Darling followed through that turn very well. And I heard that the old strategy on this track was that people would follow through the turns and then they would go slipstream straight down the straightaways, and they would go really fast by doing that. But that changed over time because of the car's turbulence. That was in first place, so it would cause turbulence to the point where it would make it much harder for people to overtake. So that was the old strategy on this track. And I can see that Paul Darling is going very fast through these turns and on the straightaways, and he got an amazing start. I'll have to admit, he's doing really good.
Yeah, great start, and off to almost a second lead over Kenny Murillo there.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was bringing some confidence in from last night. He won our sprint race here at Barcelona last night in the sprint race series, so I'm sure that he's riding high on that confidence too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Joey, I got a question for you guys. That since you're saying practice, you were the faster driver, would you want to finish the race or start? Because, Matt Christie is his partner and he's in the pits right now.
There's always varying strategies out there, and I think we're running one of our smaller fuel capacities, so these cars should be going right about 40 minutes or so. And they might try to two-stop it where Matt is just in the middle stint, so Paul will still be in at the end, and we'll see if that strategy plays out for them.
Well, in the beginning, while we were discussing things during qualification, we were talking about Miguel Acrudo. He's in 4th right now. I like the way he's sitting back. He's like almost just trying to feel the track out. He did our second fastest lap for qualifying.
You guys got to remember, this is a 2-hour race, and even though we are hustling these cars around for 2 hours, we got to make sure that they're making no mistakes out there. And it's clear that it looks like Miguel is just in the back of this train of 3, taking his time. He might even be doing a little bit of fuel save back there.
So it looks like Paul's first lap, granted it was the, what are we on lap 2? Quite a bit slower, but I guess that's including rolling up to speed there. It'll be interesting to see the next time around what these lap times actually are with that full load of fuel.
Yeah, you're right. We'll get an accurate look at it here this time as he crosses the stripes, and look at that, 36.79. That is smoking lap.
That is getting it.
I heard that through the entire history of this track, Formula Ones have been very popular on this track, and I heard that the fastest lap time on this entire track was, I believe it was by someone named Valtteri Bottas, and he had a lap time of 1 minute, 18 seconds, and 183 milliseconds. And he was driving a Mercedes. This happened this year. So that's like for the new circuit. The old circuit had a slightly faster lap time at around 1 minute and 14 seconds, I believe. And that's pretty impressive considering the fact that this track is 4.655 kilometers long. So it's a pretty big track, but it's also a very fast track.
Absolutely. And let's give JP, give him some thumbs up here with coming in on this history behind the track. JP is 11 years old, and he is, I would say, an upcoming race car driver. He's in the karts. His dad's taking him out there. You guys been racing quite a bit lately, huh?
Yeah, we're going to race this weekend.
Nice. So how do you prepare for a race? Do you have a certain thing that you do each morning? You put on your left sock first? Do you have anything like that?
No, we kind of just get on our suits, get our gear, get in the cart, rev it up, and just kind of go for it. The way we start our races is like, we do rolling starts, and I kind of just, lately I've been actually getting really good starts. Remember one time I started in first, and I would have won the race if there wasn't a massive crash, and it really messed up the whole race.
Oh, man.
That race would have been so good for me, and I would have definitely won Heat 2 of that race, which was last race. Heat 2 I would have definitely won if that crash wouldn't have happened, and I would have started phenomenally in the feature race.
Oh, man, that's tough.
So there is one thing that we do each time we go to the track that I do also when I go to real tracks, and that's walking the entire course.
Yeah.
It's funny, I didn't even really think about it till just now, but we're not able to do that in the virtual world. But to walk a track and see every little bump, every little angle, just helps you so much. And that type of detail you can never see at speed.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, and I'm sure that's a huge advantage, especially in karts, being as agile and responsive as they are, just knowing the track, knowing the lines.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got some karters out here. Where's Jordan Musser? He's running in this race. Where's he at? Let's see. Is Jordan come out maybe on the second?
I believe Jordan will be finishing this race. I believe Jeff Altenberg is in the car right now.
Okay.
They are Amsource Motorsports. Let's see if we can find them here. It looks like they're currently running in 11th position.
Yep, that's right. Here they are in that
very simple liveried white car with a blue wing, and Jeff Altenberg, who's driving right now, was actually our mystery car driver at Suzuka last race. He's a very qualified touring car driver, has hopped around a lot of different stuff between Vipers and Porsches and a lot of Mazda stuff. He was a Mazda factory guy for a while, and a lot of experience behind the wheel of that car right there.
Yeah, it looks like.
I have a quick question for Joey and Jack. Barcelona's always kind of fascinated me. It's got so many different kind of corners, but it has so much straightaway. How taxing is being consistent on this track for you guys?
Jack, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, it's a challenge. I found it kind of has these optical illusions, especially as you're first learning the course. You can't really look through and expect how it's going to end. That's something that you need to get with trial and error. And, through the course of a race is, your fuel's burning off, the conditions are changing, your tires are burning off. It is very tough to be super consistent, but that's really one of the most important things in racing is to be able to do that. So.
And while you guys are watching, don't forget to like and share the event. Tell your friends what's going on over here on the ROUSH Performance eSports page. And a simple follow, share, a like. It always helps out our team, gets the views out there to new people that might be interested in checking out what's going on over here on our eSports page. All right, going back to the leader here, Paul Darling extended that lead to almost 5.5 seconds already. I mean, if I was Kenny Murillo, I think I'd probably toss the water bottle by now.
Create one of those simulated yellows, huh? Yeah,
Come on, iRacing. They need
he's stretched out to about 5.5 seconds over Kenny, but honestly, it looks like a great race here. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It keeps pretty close. They're evenly spaced, but if one of these cars makes a mistake, there's actually a few cars going by, and track position is very important.
Looks like we're probably going to have our tightest race here with Brian Ortiz. Looks like Brian and Trevor Awida.
Talking about the times, guys, though, You know, Paul is still putting in times that were similar to qualifying times for the rest of the pack at a 137.4 on his last lap. Everybody else is running in the 138s, 139s.
Yeah, from what I saw, you know, I did a big chunk of practice before this race here, and I saw on stickers we were about a half second faster, but ultimately, once it fell off that half second, it's stabilized right there. So I think that Paul's got low 37s, mid 37s in it all day if he qualified at a mid 36. He should be pretty consistent there.
That through this track's 29-year history of being built in 1991, it actually started off, and this track started off popular and strong because it already hosted the Spanish Grand Prix the year it was able to be driven on, and it was involved with Spanish Grand Prix, FIM Moto GP, Catalonian Grand Prix GP2, and the Spanish GT.
So this place definitely has some history. All right, and there is Kyle Pate on the 71 Ford GT from Grassroots Motorsports, taking up that 9th position, followed by Stacy Kyle in the 172 TS Racing Ford GT. Followed 11th place there, Jeff Altenberg in the AmSource Motorsports Ford GT. And there's an older name that we've seen. I'm pretty sure Trenton McMillian, was he not in our mini-series race at the beginning?
Yeah, I remember him all the way back doing those races at Mid-Ohio, VIR. Yeah, he's been with us since the beginning.
Yeah, looks like they're actually putting together a little battle here between Altenberg, McMillian, and Kibbe there, as Kibbe runs down McMillian. As you see, that no shot goes for the inside here.
Yeah, he's going side by side through a very fast section of the racetrack and see if they play nice here. Now, the important thing for Kenny, if he wants to get a good run on Evan, he needs to get out of there, but I'm not sure if he got the exit that he needed to really suck up. Looks like they're going to hold position. This is the best battle we got going on the racetrack right now, it looks like.
And yeah, McMillian with a 139.4 best lap. Kibbe coming in with a 139.3, so slightly faster here, so we might see that advantage slowly creep through this lap as we turn 1 hour 47 minutes left here of the Enduro Series. And guys, with the Enduro Series, we're going to take a short break in between the action, where we're going to keep the live feed up. Announcers, we're gonna kind of hang out here, and I'll be checking in on social media, but then we're going to go back to broadcasting the rest of the race with the last 30 to 45 minutes of the race, and we'll let you guys know as that goes on. So as we watch this battle unfold, we're going to go to a quick commercial break.
Luke here from ROUSH Performance. We're at the Continental Proving Grounds in Uvalde, Texas, doing a little development testing for our 2020 Mustang. Stick around and see what we got planned.
Here at Continental Tires Proving Grounds with ROUSH, so that we can go through and get some testing done and to prove out their vehicles, prove out our tires at the same time.
And some of the testing we've done today, we've done some lateral G testing, we've done some cornering work, some wet braking, and then some road handling for the tires as well. So all that goes into the overall finished ROUSH Mustang that we try to deliver to our customers, so that you've got a vehicle that you can drive year-round in any type of weather. The Continental Extreme Contact Sport tire has been hands down one of the biggest improvements that we've been able to add to the vehicle chassis. I think overall the customer will be really happy with their Mustang when they've got these tires on their car.
Anybody in the market can buy the same tires, put it on their vehicle, and increase their performance.
The customer will be able to take their everyday street tire and go right to the racetrack. And this is kind of what we were looking for when we partnered with Continental on the tire for the Mustang.
We chose Roush because of their name, and their name means performance. Continental Tire means performance, and we're trying to connect the two brands and make 1 and 1 equal 4. We're going after the best performance out there.
We just wanted that ultimate tire, and just an obvious blend between racing and street that we want to provide for our customers with our Mustang products.
And we are back to live action after checking out Continental Tire, one of our partners and sponsors of our World Tour Series race. But the greatest thing about Continental Tire, they are one of our best partners, and both of our brands just really align in so many ways. We just believe in being the best. The testing and the capabilities that goes behind our vehicles and our parts, our superchargers, everything that we put our name on, we want to be proud of. And that's definitely something that Continental Tire does as well. You guys were actually able to see some testing being done out in Uvalde, Texas at their testing center. And we were really putting that Continental Extreme Contact Sport tire to, absolutely grinding with it. Taking the potential of our car and just really taking it to the next level by getting it on the track, in the wet track, drifting, burnouts. Anything that you can think of, we were doing, and that's one tire we absolutely stand behind. And we got some professional race car drivers in the booth that has driven on some Continental tires, and I'm sure they can speak to it as well.
I know that Jack has a big history of winning on Continental tires throughout Grand Am, running Ford Mustang Bosses, the Ford FR500s. How many miles do you think you've accrued on Continental tires, Jack?
Oh man, probably enough to drive to the moon and back. Really great stuff. Amazing racing tires, but I'm very proud to have them on our ROUSH Performance vehicles, and it's a great company, great quality product, and lucky to have them.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I got to test out some of the Continental tires on the Jack Roush Edition Mustang that was released. What was that? That was a 2019 car, yeah? And I think, what are the numbers on that car, Trevor? 1.14 G plus?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yeah. So we did some really intensive testing, if that's something. We really took it to the next level and were able to achieve 1.14 Gs on the skid pad. And if you really start to look at what that capability is and the other cars that are in that line of G-Force, you're looking at the biggest names in supercars. So to be able to essentially drive this vehicle off a dealership floor and straight to a racetrack and achieve something like that, it's quite special, and that's exactly why we chose Continental Tire, because they really take us to the next level, and we can figure out the full capabilities of our ROUSH Stage 3 Mustangs.
So what you're saying is that when people buy a Stage 3 Mustang, that they should leave the dealership pulling 1G.
Yeah, exactly. You have to put it to test. No, we do not condone of that, but yes, I'm saying yes, but no.
Looks like we got a good little 4-car train here. Looks like this is the battle for 10th place, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and led by Kyle Patey. And then it looks like, I believe that's Jeff Oldenburg right there behind him, followed by Trenton McMillian and Kenny Kibbe. These guys have been lined up for quite a few laps here. They're playing pretty good. It looks like we might have a move for 10th. Jeff Oldenburg poking his nose out there. See if he's going to take a look down into turn 1. Not quite there yet. He's letting them know.
He is. And that's what's so great about these guys. These guys are racing so clean. Obviously, yes, there's an hour and 41 minutes left of racing, but there's some definitely tight racing, but they're able to give each other some room, but still make it fun.
Yeah, looks like we got a little lock up there from Kyle. I think he's feeling a little bit of pressure. You know, he's showing like he's got good pace in the car, but I think this three-car train, got a little bit of bumper there to him, but I think everything's okay. I think Kyle might learn a little bit from Jeff if he just lets him by, but it's so tough as a racer to be in that car and be like, hey, you know what? You're faster. Let me just tuck in behind you. And see, now look, we have a little bit of an accordion effect. This is what happens if a lead car kind of slows the momentum.
Yeah.
You see the other cars back pounce on it.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the last laps of Kyle with a 139.7 as Jeff looks to the inside here. Looks like he might be able to put down a pass
Kyle's
here.
going to hang tight and eventually yields that position. Oh, but Jeff ran way wide. Man, this is some good battling here as we got the last car off in the gravel. But, hey, look at this. They line up, all 4 cars again, headed out of the main straightaway. Good racing, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. I didn't, except for that little front bumper rush.
Little tap.
No contact.
Yeah, and I think that's expected to happen. He wasn't going up there and ramming him. It was just a little nudge on the shoulder.
Hey, I believe that the people have gotten to know this track so well, and just
Oh, guys.
I heard that people
That's
have gotten to
tough.
know this track so well that
It looks like
That was Kyle Pate.
Kyle Pate got the nose of, was that Kibbe there?
No, he went into the back of Jeff.
Yeah, unfortunate.
He was trying to get that position back, and he was really pushing it.
Oh man, that's a tough move this early in the race.
there's always a point when you're driving when you push it too hard and you end up spinning out. That's how people normally spin out. I heard that on this track, people have gotten to know it so very well that it's actually led to some criticism that it's been repetitive for some people.
I unfortunately can't speak to it because I haven't even played this on iRacing yet. But
That's because you just got it.
I know, right?
And same here. I just picked this track up for the race here, and I haven't even had a chance to get around here yet.
I'm gonna have to take out my Legend car or Pro stock and run around it a few times before I jump into that big, powerful Ford GT.
I think I'll join you in my Legends car. I actually won't die.
We'll be pulling lap times of about 4 minutes.
If we don't, we'll be in 5th gear pegging the sucker out in some of these stretches, though.
All right, check out this battle here of, it looks like Trevor Awida and Brian Ortiz, 1-2 battle here for that top 5 spot here with 1 hour 37 minutes left of racing.
Yeah, it looks like they are battling here for 5th and 6th place. Brian Ortiz has quite a bit of track time out there. He's a regular competitor. I believe Brian raced a little bit in the Grand Am GS class with the Roush Ford Mustangs back in the day. And he's done a lot of MX-5, global MX-5 racing. I believe he also does some touring car and TCR stuff right now. So
check out on screen right now. Clowns left, Joker's right.
These guys have a lot of fun with these liveries, and we really encourage it, and it's a way to express yourself. And how often do you get to go in and customize your own Ford GT for everybody to see?
That's true. Speaking of that, who do we think has the coolest livery out here?
I already weighed in once saying the Delta Motorsports teams with that chrome front and that multicolored car with the Puerto Rico flag on the top of it.
Yeah, that's Miguel and Brian. Both we're watching Brian battle it down here, but Miguel has the matching car. We got the 007 and the 006 GT. And yes, you're absolutely right. I think this car is beautiful. They did a really good job with it. We'll try to get a closer look here on it. There's the front there with the Roush banner, Puerto Rican flag up top. Got the Continental sitting over the fenders there. Let's see if we can get another shot of it here.
Applying a good amount of pressure here. He's trying to get by for 5th place.
I wonder if how old our our audience is and knows what song that came from, the jokers to the left of me and the clowns on the right.
Oh, does it come from a song? See, I didn't even know that.
It does.
Yeah. Oh,
All right, guys. Well,
Let's see. Wait, let's see in the comment section.
Is where it finishes that part.
I'm surprised that I thought I was pretty old, but apparently I'm not that old.
All right, let's not give it away. Let's see if our current viewers, guys, do you know what song this comes from? This what is it? Clowns to the left, jokers to the right.
Jokers to the left, clowns to the right, I believe.
Oh, okay.
We can see it from the 006. We can see it on the back of that car.
I feel like when I say it, I feel like I almost know where it's from. Let's see here. I'm not even gonna start singing. Clowns to the left, jokers to the right. No. Am I off tune here?
You're warm.
Rich, do you know?
I do.
I
So
don't
guys,
know. Let's see if we can get some guesses here.
I'm going to have to go ahead and take off here because I got to go hop in the car here in just a second. But I hope everybody is enjoying this broadcast, and I'll try to make it exciting out there for you guys.
There you go, Joey. Keep it on the pavement.
Thanks, guys. I'll talk with you later.
All right, see you.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am in the middle with you.
All right, and I think we got Frank. Frank actually guessed. Is it called Stuck in the Middle? Steelers Wheel?
I would have to actually go look it up, but that sounds good to me.
I'm going to say Frank's right.
But as soon as he saw it, I was like, man, that's a song.
Frank's actually a regional manager with ROUSH Performance up north there, and I'm gonna say Frank knows it. We call him Coach. He knows everything, and I'm being serious. He really does. You can ask him, and he'll give you some advice on just about anything. So I'm gonna give Frank the win on that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that song because I'm only 11, so I have no.
JP, what is your favorite song?
Before you were born, then.
I don't know. It's probably like Whatever It Takes by Imagine Dragons or something like that.
All right, all right.
I love Imagine Dragons.
Heck yeah.
Great band.
Gotta get out there. What's that? Dueling Sabers or that with the VR?
Oh yeah, that's a game called Beat Saber.
Beat Saber, yeah.
Play music.
Oh yeah.
And that has an Imagine Dragons pack. I of course I bought it and I played those levels.
Nice. All right, check out this battle of 14th and 15th place. Tim Stevens, Evan Smith. There, about 8 seconds behind the lead. That's pretty good if you look at it like this. I mean, heck, guys. The farthest point out here, let's see here, gap. All right, previous lap with a 142 from Tim Stevens. Evan Smith with a 144.
I gotta tell you, I'm just impressed how consistent these guys are. I mean, the reason I asked the question to Jack and Joey earlier is like, I played Catalonia tons of times in F1 games, and I always found the track to be very challenging just because there's so much going on, and just being consistent is tough. These guys are really impressing me tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean we're currently on board with Evan Smith here, and yeah, these guys are just smooth and consistent is right. I mean, maybe it's just the layout of the track, because if you look at it, it looks like almost if you folded it in half, you'd almost get it to be mirrored. But yeah, these guys look like they know exactly what they're doing between the actual pro race car drivers and the invitational guys.
Well, we are running the older system, as Joey had mentioned last night, where we're not running the chicane, so it is the fastest version of this track.
Hey guys, I also noticed a few comments of people wondering why the picture is so perfect tonight.
Yeah.
That it looks like a video game. Well, I guess maybe we didn't explain that, or some of the new people may not know. This is iRacing. It's simulated racing. Series that ROUSH Performance spun up earlier this year called the World Tour. And this is, what is this, the fourth race, Trevor?
Yeah. And with with the the new device here that I think you guys probably seen a big increase just recently. Our friends over at Top Flight Computers, they're actually out of Raleigh, North Carolina. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner. These guys actually built this computer for us that it really takes all of its power and it pushes it towards streaming quality, and of course the iRacing game. iRacing has built an amazing platform for us to work off of, and we obviously needed the power behind it. So the guys at Top Flight Computers were able to put something really, really cool together for us, and that's why you're seeing this quality. I mean, one thing that Harold mentioned yesterday was you jump on this right rear tire cam, you can actually see the heat coming out of the exhaust. So it's a really amazing to see the quality. I mean, if you start to look at the track, you see the marks from the previous laps. You're seeing the damage happening. There's a lot going on. So yeah, when you first jump on Facebook and you're scrolling through and this comes up, you think that it's an actual race going on. And I've done it numerous times, especially since this pandemic. A lot of people have gone to the eSports side to kind of keep us all obviously involved with racing and motorsports, but you can actually increase the quality by going over to our YouTube page. So if you are currently watching on Facebook, or you want to go to your desktop, or you can use the YouTube app on your TV, we're actually pushing really high quality on our YouTube page. So all you have to do is go to youtube.com, search ROUSH Performance, and it'll pop up for you. We're also on Twitch, and we're both on our ROUSH Performance page if you're watching on there, and our ROUSH Performance eSports page. So yeah, the quality is amazing, and it's really cool to be able to put on this show for you guys.
You're constantly evolving, changing, and trying to get better, just like Roush does in their actual race cars, right?
That's right. We're always every race, right when it ends, we go over, hey, how can we make it better? And you know, if you guys have any ideas for us, drop it in the comment section below. Let's hear what you maybe want to see more of. Is there any changes, games you want to play along with it? Go ahead and let us know in the comment section. And while you're doing that, don't forget to like and share. Tell your friends what's going on over here on the eSports page.
Oh, yeah, I think another you guys done is really cool. The hardware these guys are racing for now, pretty cool trophies.
Oh, yeah.
And the coin, a very nice touch. I really appreciate that.
No, there's some really, really neat prizes provided by both of our sponsors and partners here with the eSports. We got the Hagerty. Each championship winner will receive the R seat. I believe is it the N1? Is that correct?
I would have to look it up. But
yeah,
that
I believe
it's
amazing. Yeah, I believe it's the R seat
amazing,
N1.
Amazing seat.
Yeah, it's basically the seat almost right out of a Ford GT quality car. And
yeah, it definitely makes a difference. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, I remember racing sitting on a set of milk crates because I was waiting for my furniture to come back, and I had a league race, and I raced Watkins Glen 3-hour event, and I had those marks on my behind for a while.
I bet. But yeah, and then you're actually Continental Tire is sending out sets of rubber to the championship winners as well. So they're going to have their choice at some Continental tires for maybe the personal car, race car, whatever they decide to choose. So we got some really neat things. We got the trophies going out, the podium coins, some really cool things happening here with the ROUSH Performance eSports team.
I would say, if my opinion on the World Tour trophies is, I think that the World Tour trophies look really nice because story is, so my dad was storing them in his office, and I saw all three of them when I was going to grab the VR headset so I could play games on it, and I saw these 3 trophies, and I thought they looked really nice, and they're, and I believe that those are the World Tour trophies.
Yeah.
Because I've seen pictures of them.
Yeah, I think.
And they look to be made out of metal. They look really good.
JP, you can say that they are no T-ball trophy. This looks like you won a Grammy coming out with these things. We might have to set up a red carpet somewhere and give these out.
They look like they're going to be hard to carry. I mean, how heavy are them things, Jack, since they're sitting at your house?
Well, they look like metal. They aren't fully metal. Just got a little bit of metal on it, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. And apparently, I should probably hide them so they don't disappear before we have to.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah,
JP's gonna have it in his room in no time.
that's right.
Looks like a really thick material that they use for that. It looks like it would be really heavy. It looks like a weight, except like way bigger. So those things probably weigh like 100 pounds.
Oh man. All right, guys, we're watching that 5th place battle still, but it looks like Trevor Awita gave up the spot to Brian Ortiz in that 006 Delta Motorsports 4 GT. This is a great battle, and these guys are definitely being respectful towards each other because, again, there's an hour and 25 minutes left of the race. So we're going to actually right at the at 1 hour 15 minutes, so 10 more minutes, we're going to actually broadcasting the booth is going to shut down momentarily, and then we're going to go back live for the last, let's see here, it's going to be the last 30 minutes of racing. So there'll be a little bit of a break there, about a 45-minute break, and then back to the racing, but we're going to keep it up on the stream, so you guys will be able to check it out.
You know, I wish we would have seen which side Brian went so we know if he's a joker or a clown.
Is Joey already in there? Where's he at? Oh, no, he hasn't been to the driver swap yet. Ooh, looks like Trevor Awita got a little loose out of that corner there.
Yeah, there's some great battles going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Trent Brown looks like he's making his way up into that, trying to battle for that 5th place with Brian and Trevor.
We did have a few people already take some in the pits. It looks like like 64 to 71 and the 13, I believe.
Yeah, I like how Trent Brown's name for like the list is like PG-13. That reminds me of like the ratings you would see on a movie. It reminds me of like the PG-13 rating.
Yeah, it sure is. Oh, but
You said you're 11,
you can't
right?
watch those yet. Yeah, I was gonna call you out.
No, my
If he has a parent take him, he'd be all right.
Oh, okay.
Accompanied by an adult, right? And that's what it says,
Right,
even
right,
R-rated movies. Yeah.
Don't worry, we won't dime you out.
Yeah, I'm almost 13, so it's not that bad if I would watch.
And the theaters just opened back up here in Maryland, so he's probably watching a whole lot of stuff at home anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, check out Trent McMillian and Kenny Kibbe here, battling for the top 10 on that Western PA iRacing Ford GT and the TB Racing Ford GT with McMillian.
What place is Joey in, and what driver did he replace?
He hasn't jumped in the car yet. I think he's about to because Rob's now in the pits, the number 51 car.
All right, let's jump over. Here's Rob here, hitting the pits. And we're going to see a driver swap. So here's Rob jumping out of the car. You cannot see it, but he is running around. Here comes Joey. Yep, the car disappeared. The new name of Joey Atterbury, and got a fresh set of Continental tires, and away he goes. Almost. Not quite. He's still sitting there. Oh, fresh tires. Here we go.
Guess he jumped in before the service was done.
He sure did. All right,
Hopefully
we're
he
gonna
didn't trip over the jack man.
VR goggles.
yeah, we're gonna hang out here with Joey as he exits pit row, back into the race. One lap down. This is an early pit strategy here. They know something we don't know. All right, RPM's revving up, coming out clean. Watching that speed. Green, green, green. There he goes. Green cones. Off he goes as he comes around here. In that American Wheelman Motorcraft ROUSH Performance 4 GT. That's one of, JP, I think I heard you earlier talking about, like, what's your favorite car? What's your favorite livery on the 4 GT? And this is the one we're actually looking at here. The real 4 GT with the Motorcraft. Absolutely my favorite. I think it was, the 66 Ford GT. I think that's such a good looking car because they obviously went to like the throwback which is what your grandfather led there on the Daytona 24-hour, winning 10 races in a row. So that's definitely something to be proud of with the ROUSH Performance name. All right. Going back to the lead here of Paul Darling. Looks like he extended that lead out to 21 seconds. He is definitely trying to look for a yellow here if you're Kenny Murillo, because I know what's crazy to think here is if you look at both of these drivers here, we'll pull up the comparison here. If you look at their last lap, so Paul Darling with a 137.5, Kenny Murillo with a 138.3. So yeah, they're not even playing on the same ball field at this point.
Yeah, Paul is definitely, putting the paces down as he can. It's going to make it really easy for Matt Christie to get in. Hey, Jack, if you had your partner get you that big of a lead, what would you be thinking getting into the car for the second stint?
To keep it safe, you don't have to, it's nice to have a lead and, not be right on the bleeding edge of, taking risks. But at the same point, that's closing out a race, heading into the middle, you want to push it as hard as possible so, you have some leeway. Of course, I don't know, I say that, but it's hard to imagine ever getting too comfortable.
May I ask, how many people have gone lapped this race?
Let's see here.
Right now we're in the middle of the pit window, so it's kind of hard to see right at the moment. The only two right now that are off the lead lap are Joey's car in the 51 and Robin Warner in the 24.
Let's just make sure that those two guys aren't next to each other.
I was waiting for the punchline.
You said both of their names in the same sentence, so it can only spark old controversies.
I didn't say it 3 times.
Right. All right, guys, we want to know who you are pulling for. Let's comment in the comment section below. Tell us who you want to see on that top podium spot. And don't forget to like and share. And if you aren't following our eSports page, click that little bell right there at the top. It'll notify you each time we go live. And we got a lot of cool events coming up. So we hope that you guys continue to join us here on the ROUSH Performance page. We are 1 hour, 18 minutes into our Enduro race. At 1 hour, 15 minutes remaining, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with 30 minutes remaining to the race to check out those final laps, and we'll see if there's any big changes there as Robin Warner just barely misses that retaining wall. Between did he? He was.
He probably asked his crew chief who put that there.
Yeah, I think so. That was a little too close for comfort for me.
No, he knew it was on camera. He was just trying to make things exciting for
exactly.
everybody.
Yeah, he must be tapping into the live feed.
I'm wondering if Joey started to figure out that Paul races, or that Robin usually takes the first stint. So that's why he's now telling Rob that he can start the car.
I just think that Joey would be that calculating.
And that battle still is going on between Kibbe and McMillian there for that 7th, 8th spot. So it looks like Altenberg kind of fell back a little bit, and Stevens. But Kibbe and McMillian keep pushing forward, looking for that top 5. All right,
we're starting to see Paul now is jumping down the pit lane there. The 550 is on pit lane.
We got Vic Doherty rooting on Kyle Pate. Let's go, Kyle. Rockefeller Racing. We got Dean rooting on Evan Smith. So we got some fans in the house. No pressure, Evan. No pressure, Kyle. Let's see a podium spot out of you guys.
And Matt Christie is now in the 550, so Paul gave him one heck of a lead.
Yep, there is Matt Christie. Looks like is that Murillo. Murillo just pulling in behind Daniel Clark. 1, 2, 3 spots. Ooh, check this out. What is going on with Brian Ortiz? Oh, I'm sorry. That must be Miguel Antonio. It doesn't even look like he's in a pit stall there.
Yeah, I guess the pit stalls are pretty close here because they did like they're running into each other. Just so our fans know, this iRacing once you're in the actual pit stalls, the cars do not affect one another. So you can run through somebody as long as you're actually in the pit stalls. But if you're on pit lane, you can make contact.
Well, look at this, guys. We just bunched that up with Miguel Antonio El Crudo coming in right behind Matt Christie. And Miguel is not one to mess with here. He is extremely quick, and we've seen him win, actually, I think, VIR during the mini-series. So we've definitely seen some wins out of Miguel. So, and these two have actually raced to the end together. So I think they know that they'll give each other room, and there'll be some professional driving here.
And they did not do a driver swap. The 007 did not do a driver swap.
Oh, it's a little strategy here.
Because Miguel Antonio Crudo was in the car to begin with, and Miguel Crudo is in the pit still.
Look at the, yeah, it looks like Miguel's putting some big pressure on Matt Christie here right out of the gate. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Miguel has been running the track, right? So you're saying that he didn't switch? Is that correct?
I believe he has not switched, and I think he did something in the pits that allowed him to get out way faster than Matt did.
Yeah, because now looking at this, you got to think Miguel. He's been running the race. He's kind of warmed up here. Matt comes off cold, gets in the car, and you're seeing the difference here. I mean, Miguel is stretching a little bit of a gap here on Matt Christie. And there's Christian Shimshak there right behind Matt Christie as he looks to the inside coming down the straight. Looks like we're going to see possibly a pass here. Little outbreak there. Christian go ahead and takes that second position away from Matt. And Miguel continues to add a gap there at 1.3 seconds. All right, guys, this is the point where the broadcast booth is going to shut down momentarily. We'll be back with 30 minutes remaining of the ROUSH Performance World Tour Series Enduro race here at Barcelona. We got some intense racing. It looks like it has packed right back up. So we should be seeing some extremely exciting racing down to the last 30 minutes. So we'll see you guys. Let's see here, 43 minutes. Ooh, as Miguel kind of gets loose there. All right, guys. Yeah, and there goes Christian Shimshak to the inside. And we will continue the broadcast here in about 45 minutes. guys, we are back to the action of the second portion of the Enduro Series World Tour race here at Barcelona. Looks like there's been some slight changes here in lead, but it looks like Christian Shimshak is currently leading in the Murillo Racing 4 GT, followed by Miguel Alcrudo, Paul Darling, Ricardo, Chris Wolfson, and Jordan Musser. And there's the half announcer, half driver, Joey Atterbury, taking up that 7th position there. All right, guys, what did you do on your break? Anything good?
We did some good stuff. Well, my summer camp got canceled, so we kind of did some fun things over that period, like slip and slide and such.
Oh, you know,
Nice.
the initial broadcast.
Hey, I'm good with that.
Summer break, broadcast break, you know. Hey, I just grabbed a piece of something to eat. And, you know, he's talking about something, you know.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, dang.
The quarantine break.
Yeah, no, that too. A lot of iRacing for me during the pandemic break, and a little bit of packing for a business trip I got tomorrow morning. So a lot of cool stuff happening here in the ROUSH Performance world. But we are back to the race here. Looks like, as we said, Christian Shimshak is currently leading. Lights are off on that pace car. We're going to be seeing green flag here around.
And Joey actually called it right when he was saying he believed that Paul Darling would be finishing up this race. He's back in the 550 in 3rd.
Yeah, I predicted that he would make up a few spots because he's like a second or two faster than everybody that was in front of him when he was in just about top 10, I think.
Yeah, he's a strong driver.
Joey's made up 3 spots since that pit stop. That gave him a few spots because that was in a field for him.
All right, green flag. A big jump there by Christian Shimshak. He says, nope, not packing up the field. I am going. As Miguel and Paul Darling there shoot down towards the inside of the corner. 2 wide with Paul Darling. Miguel looks like a clean out. Paul Darling looking for that 1 spot. I mean, if there's going to be a race, guys, it's definitely going to be between Christian, Paul, Miguel. I mean, these are the names that we see up there. Jordan, Joey's making his way towards the top. Daniel Clark, Ted Lowendick, Paul Gibson, Trevor Awida. I mean, these guys are all of our top drivers here in the series, and they're all making their way towards the front really quick here. So let's see if Christian can hold on to that 1 spot.
Yeah, you see Paul, he's going to be catching up pretty quick. You know, we saw he's about 1.5 seconds faster than everybody on the field, including Christian Shimshak. Christian's best lap's 138.1 to Paul Darling's 136.7. So I see him overtaking pretty quick, so we should stay on this action.
Looks like Miguel's got a little bit of nose damage there.
Yeah, let's check that out there. Uh-oh, what happened?
There was a spin out between some of the leaders,
I think
and
Musser may have taken out.
Oh man, yep, Miguel Alcrudo there in that 007. That's a tough break. I mean,
and
that's
the 006 went back too. Wow.
no luck for that Delta Motorsports team.
They were in 2nd and 4th at the time, so yeah, or 3rd and 4th, I guess.
All right, guys, we're watching the front stretch here as Paul Darling looks to the left side of Christian Shimshak as they go to the corner here. Let's see if Christian's going to block him into that corner. Clean racing through the S's there. Back up. Some real tight racing there. Looks like Christian gave up the spot to Paul Darling.
Yeah, Paul did a really good job of holding him down there. I was a little bit worried. We did have net code last night when those cars got that close, but they did get by each other pretty cleanly. Good job by Paul getting back to the lead.
All right, and if you guys are seeing the second half of this Enduro race, back to the broadcast portion, make sure that you hit that right at the top there. There's a follow button as you guys are watching, hit that follow, hit the share button, and let your friends know what's going on over here on the ROUSH Performance eSports page. And if you want to drop a comment in from where you're from, we'll give you guys a shout out. And we appreciate everyone watching, and big shout out to our partners, Continental Tire and Hagerty. They have been with us all the way through this pandemic as we decided to launch this e-racing side of our company, and we have great fans and support, so we appreciate you guys, and we look forward to keep putting on a show. All right, let's see if we got, looks like we do have a battle here. Looks like we got Daniel Clark, Ted Lowendick, Trevor Awita, 1, 2, 3 in the 5th, 6th, 7th position here as they come down the front stretch. JP, you got any other facts here about old Barcelona?
No, but I do have something to say about this rivalry between Christian Shimshak and Paul Darling.
Yeah.
Is that I would say that since last time I was here, I could tell Paul Darling is really good at this track. And I remember Christian Shimshak actually kept him behind him for a while and actually won the race. But this time Paul Darling has extra confidence as a boost. And he pretty much effortlessly just got his first place back from like going from 10th to 1st in like the matter of like only a few minutes. So that's a really impressive feat in my eyes.
Yeah, as we've seen Paul through this series, he has grabbed himself more than one win. So him and Matt Christie, they definitely know what they're doing. They're one of our top invitational drivers through this series, and we might see them in an R seat.
Yeah, but Paul coming off a win last night, having the same type of lap times as we saw last night. He's in a class by himself tonight.
He really is. Look, stretched that lead to 2 seconds already off of what, 2 laps, two full laps here.
Yeah, he's, like I said, about a second and a half faster than the field on an average of his racing today.
All right. Jumping back to Daniel Clark, Ted Lowendick there, as we seen that 3 train coming down the front stretch. Great shot there of Barcelona.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Our top 5 here, you got Paul Darling, 550 in 1st. Christian Shimshak, 34 in 2nd. Jordan Mercer in 3rd in the 72 machine. Joey Atterbury in the top 5 in the 51. Haven't really seen them doing. Hopefully we'll not give him a curse. It seems it happens every time we talk about him, so I'll stop talking about him.
Let's stop.
Clark rounds out the top 5. But yeah, good job of the Roush team getting up there in the top 5 today.
Yep, there's Joey there in that Motorcraft quality parts for GT. And he's turning some really good laps. Let's check out his last lap here. Joey's last lap with a 1:38.5. So yeah, he's definitely contending with some faster drivers here. All right, guys, with that, we're going to jump to a quick commercial break with 23 minutes remaining of the Enduro race.
Dad?
Yeah, buddy?
Am I ever gonna get to drive?
I don't know.
That means no.
Want to sit inside?
Sure.
I'm going to teach you to drive in this car.
How?
It's ours.
10 and 2, Dad.
You got it, buddy. Fueling the future. Hagerty. Let's drive together.
Back to the live action there as we've seen that quick commercial break sponsored by Hagerty. Such a cool commercial. I always mention it. It's nostalgia for me. But I got to ask JP something. JP, with your license, getting your license is probably right around the corner here. What do you want as your first vehicle? Kind of putting you on the spot here.
I'm not sure. I mean, I would probably get like a Ford Mustang GT maybe.
All right.
That's a car that I like, and it would be a great car to start off with because it's not like extremely expensive, but it's still a really nice car, and I really like the Ford Mustang GT. So I'd probably get that as my first car.
So the supercharged Roush F-150 is out of the picture. Maybe we can ask Dad.
No, that one's mine.
You're funny.
All right, Paul Darling takes that gap to 2 seconds here over the field. Let's check in to see if we got any close battles here. It looks like we have a decent battle wrapping up here again with Daniel Clark running up right behind Ted Lowendick here. All right, coming down into the corner. Hoping that these guys, there's been some bumps and bruises through the day, but good news is all of these drivers actually have HPDE track day insurance with Hagerty, and if you guys are planning to hit a track day, the HPD track day insurance is a must for you. And the best part about it is no matter what type of driving that you're doing, if you're doing the high performance driving schools with like Skip Barber, or you're doing track days, time trials, maybe some autocross, you can actually instantly get a quote. 30 seconds it takes. You go to Hagerty.com and you could see what that cost would be to go out and have some fun, and you're covered. So I could say that there's been a few guys that probably needed that today, or hopefully have it. And
talking about Hagerty, I wonder, Jack, does Hagerty take care of the Daytona 500?
Oh, race cars?
Yeah.
I don't think that it works that way.
Yeah, no, you know what? I think they do it, but they do it up until the last lap. They don't cover the last lap. I think that's the goal there.
Right.
The last lap will get you.
The first last lap, the second last lap, or
right,
the third,
right.
or fourth last lap.
Pretty much any type, it's green, white, checkered.
I was going to say for NASCAR, I think the owners would all be knocking down Hagerty's door for Daytona and Talladega.
Yeah.
It's funny. Sim racing is interesting as a real race car driver because a couple things. You can take risks where you don't have to worry about your body or your wallet.
Yeah.
Definitely creates a different mindset.
I feel like, at least for me, I push it a little bit harder than I probably would in real life.
Well, way back, I'm not going to say how many years ago it was, but a very famous guy that drove the 88 and the 8 car told me, "What's your problem, man? I wrecked you. Hit the reset button."
Here's Jordan Musser, our in-house pro karting driver here, running down Christian Shimshak for that second position in the AmSource Motorsports Ford GT. Looks like he has that car well under control. Let's compare their last laps here, guys. That's actually Joey and them, so let's check out Christian here. Christian's last lap with a 138.1, and Jordan Musser with a 138.0, so definitely trying to pull some time on Christian here.
Yeah, Jordan is definitely putting in some better laps, more consistent than Christian, and coming up on him pretty quickly here. Christian was basically averaging 138s on the last stint, so Jordan's putting in 138.3s, but he has the capability of 137, so we'll see him moving up here, I think.
Yeah, watching that draft as Shimshak there and Musser came down that backstretch in the Buckbrush Company Ford GT. You can see him tuck in behind him, grab that draft, and here he comes. No damage on the front of that Ford GT, so he is definitely in good shape here to try to make a pole position here on Christian for that 2 spot.
Hey, Jack, I know football players study film. How do you, as a driver, prepare yourself around your competitors and know about what corner or what part of the track is going to be your best bet to make the pass?
there's no single answer to that. You know, it's just you gotta study races there, past experience, you know, firsthand at a given track, know what the dynamics are like, and then, you know, also trying to figure out, you know, what's the BOP or the balance of performance setup. You know, are you faster than another type of car at certain spots, like at the end of the straightaway or through the middle of the turn, and also what are the drivers, you know, what is their style, you know, and all of that's changing, you know, as the race is going on, the tires are wearing off, you know, the dynamics change each lap, so it gets really complex.
Now, at each track, do you have like a favorite turn or area to make the passes in when you're, you know, in your experiences driving a car?
You know, if you have a power advantage, or if you're able to get out of turns quicker and carry speed down the straight more than others, that's the safest spot. It can be extremely hard to defend against that. You know, that being said, you can really pass anywhere. You know, you have to constantly be watching and trying to pressure people into mistakes to create opportunity.
As I say, we're looking at Jordan Mercer's car as he's catching up to Christian, and it looks like he's studying, looking for the gap, applying that pressure you were talking about, just waiting for Christian to make a bobble so he can put the power down and get around him on the inside or outside.
Oh yeah, you've seen it the past few times that we've been watching him come down that back stretch into that first corner. You're seeing the braking points of the two drivers. Christian is braking a little bit early. Jordan is coming off way late and has made up tons of time, which has shortened that gap by any. I think we're going to be looking at any second here for a pass.
It looks like the guy in the AmSource Motorsports is really coming up on Christian Shimshak. It looks like they're in quite a battle right now. I wonder if the third place spot will be replaced by Christian Shimshak at any point. Looks like he's gaining up on him.
This is where we see it each time. He just about outbreaks him. Jordan Musser. You got to get on the track with Jordan. Jordan runs those karts over there, so you guys need to get on the track together.
Yeah, Mr. Jordan Musser really almost got him there. That was a really good aggressive move. That's the kind of move I'm practicing with my go-karts currently. I'm trying to learn how to do that move and be able to pass people more using that move.
Hey JP, the good thing is you have a bumper. Just give him a nice little punt. No, don't do that. I think
You're getting bad advice.
I know, that's terrible advice, JP.
You know, at that little JP, run clean. You know, the other race car drivers always will have more respect for you if you race clean. You should be looking at like Martin as your example. Don't worry about what other people do. Run clean, be the good driver, beat them on the track. Don't use anything crazy like that. And Trevor, you should be ashamed of yourself telling some young guy that.
Yeah. Don't cheat in racing. Don't use tire prep. Don't throw water bottles on the road, and don't bump people off track. It's just not cool.
There goes my strategy, JP.
That's it. You're probably the guy that likes to take it down to turn one, lap one, right?
Like, throwing all my weapons here.
I know. Gone.
Wait, you use cheats?
No.
Never.
All right, here we go, guys. 12 and a half minutes remaining here in the race. We're watching the battle between Christian Shimshak, Jordan Musser. Looks like Joey Atterbury is still making his way up. Maybe we're going to be able to see some fighting spots between 2, 3, 4 with Joey coming closer here. Ted Lowendick comes into our top 5. Daniel Clark, Trevor Owita, Ricardo Archiva, and Miguel Alcrudo, followed by Chris Wolfson in the top 10. This has been a pretty exciting race. It does look like Paul Darling gap now to 5.5 seconds. So yeah, he's in his own race here. He got on one line and he's sticking to it.
Yeah, we need to basically come up with some nicknames for Miguel Acrudo and Miguel Antonio Acrudo because it confuses us who's driving the car.
Yeah, right.
So the 2-name Miguel is running right now, in the 3-name Miguel was running for the first 2 stints.
Yeah, we got the father-son duo out there getting it done. I mean, unfortunately, they both had a kind of tough break there at the same time with the restart after the yellow, but it looks like, who's that? Ricardo in the Delta 006 looks like he's pulling his way back up here.
Speaking of father-son duos, if I were to practice more in the iRacing and get pretty good at it, maybe I could do a father-son duo with my dad in iRacing.
Now that would be pretty cool. We might need to make that happen.
I would definitely love to see us do a fun event of like maybe doing one of the smaller road courses with the legends. So Trevor, you and I can get out there with these guys and mix it up some.
There you go. Yeah, we'll do a Father's Day special. We'll get out there and run the cars. Let's do like legends and 4 GTs on the same track. Really just throw a wrench in things.
Wow, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing, but it could also be a complete wreck. We'll have to find out.
Well, I would think it would be entertaining if we did something like the infield at Pocono, the Legends Pocono system, which was a very small, short road course that the GTs would have some challenges getting around that track because of some of the tight turns.
Yes, yeah, it's really good to have small cars like Ford Focus RSs or Lotus Evora GTCs on like, tight closed courses because they're super tiny. So like it's extremely easy to like move around quicker. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Speaking of moving around quick, check out Trevor Owita here as he runs down Ricardo in the 006 Delta Motorsports GT. That GT of Ricardo has some heavy front damage, so you're definitely seeing Trevor pull on him on those straights. And as we're looking here, he's looking for the pass. I think we're probably going to see it here on this straight.
Yeah, Ricardo is definitely making that car as wide as he possibly can make it.
I mean, he's got that thing pretty crunched down. Some HPDE track day insurance from Hagerty is going to be nice right about now. All right, guys, with just coming under 10 minutes, we're going to stop for our last commercial break, and then we're going to watch the action break down here as we're watching the 6th, 7th place. Looks like we're going to have something shape up with Christian and Jordan here shortly, and we'll be back to the live action.
Welcome to Fairlane, the home of my great-grandparents, Clara and Henry Ford. I'm Edsel Ford II, and this is my son, Henry Ford III.
We're here at Fairlane to announce the exciting raffle of a custom 1-of-1 2020 ROUSH Stage 3 Mustang happening now at mustangforfairlane.com through October 1st.
Fairlane was built in 1915 by Clara and Henry, and it now stands tall as a National Historic Landmark. It is currently under restoration to bring the home back to life as it was when Henry and Clara lived there. This raffle is a unique way to raise funds to ensure Fairlane has a long, storied future, just as it had a long, storied past.
I have to say, this Mustang is one of the coolest cars I've ever seen. It has unique Fairlane-inspired features, such as custom-branded seats and door sills, and signatures of my dad and Jack Roush Sr., not to mention a top-tier sport package our partners at ROUSH Performance are known for.
I already said that I would trade my car in for it if I could, but they tell me I can't. So I'll be buying raffle tickets, hoping to win, just as I hope all of you do too.
With such an amazing car on the line and such a great project that needs your support, this is a win-win. Everyone from Mustang lovers to gearheads to those passionate about history and preserving our architectural legacies won't want to miss their chance to participate.
I know whoever wins this Mustang will have an absolute blast on the road and maybe more importantly, own a piece of history.
Remember, that's mustangforfairlane.com to purchase your tickets to win a car that is truly one of a kind, celebrating Ford Motor Company's incredible performance legacy and ensuring Fairlane's future.
All right, back to the live action, as you guys seen. Mustang for Fairlane. Such a cool program there. $10 can get you into a 750 horsepower ROUSH Stage 3 Mustang. All you guys have to do is head over to mustangforfairlane.com and purchase your tickets. I believe that is going to October 1st is when the winning ticket will be drawn. So think about getting that call. You spend $10 on a raffle ticket and you get a call for a 750 horsepower ROUSH Stage 3 Mustang. I don't know, but Rich, what would you do?
I'd win and drive that
Be calling up Skippy and say, "Hey, I'm coming down with my car."
You got that right.
Speaking of which, Skippy's got some Mustangs in his stable. I saw the announcement last week.
Yeah, we got they have a fleet of ROUSH Stage 3s as well as some of their FR 500Cs, I believe, or the 2005 body style Mustangs with some ROUSH content.
Yeah, that fleet of Stage 3 Mustangs over at Skip Barber Racing School. I think that's such a cool opportunity because I actually, when I was at Dealer Network, I didn't work for a ROUSH quite yet. I worked for a ROUSH authorized dealer, Tyndall ROUSH Performance, and I was actually down at Sebring. And Jack, you were down there and you were giving rides, and I think that was one of the first times that I was actually able to get in a ROUSH Stage 3 Mustang and go around a track. And it really opened my eyes because I've given hundreds of test drives, it felt like, around town. And I mean, some guys would get on it here and there. And truly, I never really saw the potential of the vehicle. But getting it out on the track, and then, of course, having Jack at the wheel probably helped out quite a bit. But I remember going into that first corner at Sebring going, there's no way we're about to make this turn. and sure enough, we did pull through on those Continental Extreme Contact Sport tires. So what a blast it was. And so you guys can have that opportunity too at skipbarber.com. Find a track near you and get in a ROUSH Stage 3 Mustang.
Yeah, like they have a center at Lime Rock, and I'm there a lot because that's a track near me. And over the years, Lotus Evoras, I'm like, all right, M3, all right. I saw, what?
Yeah.
Stage 3 Mustang? What? now I'm interested.
Oh yeah. It's impressive. I mean, just our entire lineup of vehicles from our trucks with our ROUSH F-150, our supercharged trucks, 650 horsepower, our ROUSH Raptors. The capability of the off-road is takes it to a whole nother level. I mean, it's like you can go from dealership to just, we're not saying to go launch it, but you can. And you guys can actually check out that Raptor Rally video on our ROUSH Performance Facebook page. Go under videos and you see the latest, and I mean, that Raptor, the capabilities is absolutely insane. All right, still checking out this battle here of Jordan Musser and Christian Shimshak. As
looking at Jordan does have some right front damage. I wonder if he got that from getting a little bit close there in one of the two turns there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Might have got a little bump there, but look who's that just behind. Looks like Joey Atterbury, pretty comfortable as he takes out the cones. Little autocross action there from Joey as Ted Lowendick just right behind Joey. Let's see if Joey's gonna be able to hold
Jordan
on to
Mercer
that 4 spot.
pit lane.
Oh wow! Fuel strategy didn't go as planned with 2 minutes remaining.
Wow, giving up the 3rd spot. Wow.
That's got to be tough. I'm curious what exactly happened there, but look at who jumped into the podium spot, 3rd spot of Joey Atterbury. So I think we're going to see a really, really close race here with Ted as Ted tries to hang on to the podium.
How many seconds ahead is Paul?
Paul is 10.7 seconds ahead of Christian Shimshak.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah.
There are probably 2 laps left here.
Yeah.
They'll have to go to a complete gradual stop for an entire 10 seconds.
Oh,
Or
man.
if he makes a mistake, anything can happen.
Anything can happen is right. I mean, at this point, what is it? Is it going to be what you had for dinner? Is it going to be what type of equipment you have. I mean, there's so much variables here, and one of them could be these Zero Racing shoes, which are actually, they're looking at making them the lightweight performance racing footwear for your simulator, because everyone's kind of between shoes and no shoes and socks. And as we talked to Joey yesterday, he wears a sock with just his big toe pointing through. He cuts a hole. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't do that. But if someone did, it would definitely be Joey. But you guys can head over to zeroracing.com and check out their simulator racing shoes. So zeroracing.com, go check them out. As we see 1 minute, 18 seconds left of the race. Looks like Paul is sitting in a really good position here. 10.8 second lead. Looks like the battle on the track right now is going to be between, it looks like Ted Lowendick, Joey Atterbury is going to be our closest gap here. So we're going to continue watching these guys as we just cross through the 1 minute mark.
This will be the last lap. So last lap.
Frank asks, why did he pit? Fuel? Frank, that's what it's looking like here. Didn't look like he had any heavy damage or anything, so I think fuel strategy went out the window. Unfortunately, a tough break there for... who was that?
It was Jordan Mercer.
Jordan Mercer.
Number 72.
Yep, that's right.
And it definitely looked like it because it was a splash and go.
Yep, as he's back out, he was able to hold on. Looks like stay in that top 10 with the 7th position currently. All right, Ted Lowendick reeling in Joey Atterbury on this last lap here. Are we going to, we've seen some aggressive driving from Ted here. Are we going to see, and I believe it was between Joey and Ted on a early mini-series race. So will we see that again?
I hope not.
I hope not either.
We'll keep it clean, guys. This is a great battle.
This is a great battle here. Joey Atterbury in the Motorcraft 4 GT, followed by Ted Lowendick from TS Racing. He shows him the bumper inside here.
And Paul has passed the strike.
And there it was, guys.
Oh, no.
He gave him the bumper.
Paul
well, hey, look at
winner.
that. Look at that. Ted, he says, my mistake. You're right. And gave him the position there. That's sportsmanship there. So Ted knew he was in the wrong, gave Joey the spot. Says, come on, keep going there, buddy. As Joey comes into the final, we got Paul Darling for the winner. Paul Darling, Matt Christie from Grid Life iRacers Ford GT, winners of the Barcelona World Tour Series Enduro race. Congratulations to Paul Darling and Matt Christie. We're going to see about getting these guys in the booth, see what strategy they had. It looked like their strategy stuck to. Put them in the podium spot, followed by Christian Shimshak. We're going to bring up the results here. Sponsored by Hagerty Motorsports. Paul Darling in the 1 spot. 2nd place, Christian Shimshak. 3rd, Joey Atterbury grabbing that 3rd place as we saw that crazy finish with him and Ted Lowendick in 4th place. 5th, I'll check that out. The Delta Motorsports 4 GTs, Miguel Alcrudo, Ricardo. In the 006, 7th place, Amsource Motorsports, Jordan Musser, Rocky Mountain Racing, Trevor Awita in 8th, Western PA iRacing, Chris Wolfson in 9th place, taking up the top 10 in the PG-13, Paul Gibson. What a race, guys. That is, that's the type of racing that I like to see.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, early on, it looked like it was going to be a bit of a snooze. Everyone kind of spaced out. Then everyone kind of figured out what their strategy was, and it was race on, man.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. All right, let's see if we can get there. Some burnouts there, guys. Let's see if we can get the results board down as we see Paul Darling throwing down some donuts, making me hungry. We need to get we need to get a donut sponsorship.
Was able to get a hold of Jordan Musser to talk us that last couple laps.
All right, yeah, let's talk to let's see if we can get Jordan in there, and let's see if we can hunt down the race winner.
Jordan, this is Harold and Trevor, Jack Roush, and Rich all up in the booth. We kind of want to talk about your race strategy towards the end there.
You mean a little bit too little field strategy?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I made a mistake. I was doing the calculations while Jeff was running, and I knew I needed to come in at the 46-minute mark. And I don't know why I did it, but I came in at like the 50-minute mark.
Oh, and, man.
Yeah, so even my calculations are right. I just goofed. So we were obviously about a lap and a half short on fuel.
Well, you guys ran a really solid race all race. We seen you guys up there. I think your karting skills definitely showed there as you worked your way to the front a couple times there. But unfortunately, maybe you need to take some notes from senior Jack Roush on some racing strategy, and maybe he can get you there with fuel.
I was going to say there's only one thing I'm doing here, and that's beating myself.
It's all right. It's all right. You got any shout-outs while you're here in the booth, Jordan?
Yeah, my teammate Jeff for this deal, helping me out, kind of getting me pulled into it. Rob Holland and Jack Rouse Jr., these guys worked their butts off along with Joey Adbury to make this all happen. So we appreciate it. We're having a great time when we're not in the race cars.
Awesome. We appreciate you, Jordan. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next race.
Thanks. Sounds great.
See ya.
Thanks, Jordan.
See ya.
All right.
Being another guy.
There we go. There they are, Matt Christie and Paul Darling in the Grid Life iRacers 4GT with the win, guys. Let's first start off. Was there a strategy? Did you guys stick to it all the way through, and is that why you came out P1?
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. Great racing as always. Great broadcast. I can't wait to watch that. But yeah, same strategy we've kind of used before, but changed a little bit, as far as undercutting on pits. But having Paul start this time, have me come in the middle, and then have him come back to finish. We haven't used that since Le Mans, so we got first in that race. So, or no, we got second in that race. Sorry. Either way, we've done well. We've done well, and the strategy now worked out perfect. So Paul did amazing.
No, yeah, both of you guys. I mean, we're definitely some talented driving out there, staying up in really the top 5 the entire race, and a lot of fighting towards the front. And once you get out there, I mean, Paul, watching you pull 10-second lead. I think you got to a 10-second lead in just under 8 laps, which is extremely impressive. You were definitely running your same line. One question I have, because just with the little amount of iRacing I've done and more or less circle track, it seems tedious. Like you're trying to hit your marks every time. What does that feel like on a track of this size and being in such a lead? What are the things that are going through your head to stay on track?
Really just focusing on force feedback to the wheel, since we've got limited feedback. Really just muscle memory. It is a bit easier in real life without all the G-forces. Just muscle memory, hit the same marks all the time, get the same feel in the wheel, same throttle point, and it's just really about the muscle memory and being consistent on that on your trips.
Well, it definitely worked out for you. JP, you got any questions for these guys?
No, but I was just about to actually leave. So
all right.
Hi everyone.
Hey, JP.
JP, thank you so much.
I hope everybody had a great time on their race. Bye.
Definitely. Hey, guys, let's give JP some love in the comment section. Give him a thumbs up. Hit that like button. Tell JP how much we support him. Great job, JP. We always love having you in the booth. All right.
Trevor, when I stepped out for a second, did you get Paul to give us the secrets of those lap times? Because, nobody knew, nobody was even close. He was like a second and a half faster. So, Paul, did you find a shortcut is what I want to know.
Unfortunately, no easy shortcuts. Matt actually did a great job on the set. He didn't like the one I ran yesterday. So we had a bit more downforce, and he made it really stable. So we're just able to get nice, consistent, fast laps.
Yeah, iRacing definitely threw in kind of a wrench there with that new update to the 4GT and big update overall to the game. So that definitely threw a wrench in things. So as you said, how many setups did you go to until you got to this one?
Oh man, we went through so many. I mean, just through the weeks going through so many, and then just between yesterday and today, it's probably been 4 different setups before we really settled on this last one that, like what Paul was saying, was really stable, and it felt good through the whole race. Once the tires kind of fell off after 4 or 5 laps, they really just maintained and stayed there. So Paul was able to do super consistent laps. I mean, it's like watching an alien drive it out there. I just tried to replicate it and did the best I could. Luckily enough, I was able to stay kind of on pace, at least close enough that when the strategy worked out, that Paul was able to get in there and did what he had to do. So
definitely. Well, no, you guys did a great job, and way to put it on the podium again for how many times is this?
This is we've been on the podium every race. So this is our second win, though. So,
wow.
Our worst finish is second. So two wins and 2 second place. Now puts us at a pretty decent, I think, 3-point lead in the overall season standings over Murillo. Tough break for the Delta 007 guys. I know they had a tough break there after the yellow.
Yeah.
So hope to see them back out next time, though, because it's good competition. Don't want to see them anywhere.
So, Matt, if I understand what you're saying, there's room for improvement.
Oh, yeah. Paul's like a second and a half faster than I am even. And, and I've improved a lot. And it's just, it's good to have someone like that to follow.
I'm just joking. You guys are doing an amazing job.
All right, Matt, Paul, do you guys have any shout outs that you want to give sitting on that position 1?
Yeah, we got to do our sponsors. Paul, you can go ahead and go first.
Yeah, gotta thank my sponsor, GTR Simulators, and just want to thank Matt for having me along. It's been great to co-drive with him. He's been coming a long way with his progress.
Yeah, thanks, man. So, I just want to make sure that we definitely say a big shout out to Novastar Solutions, Novastar.net. They're our main sponsor, company I work for, really taking care of us, and all of the sponsors here on the series, Continental Tire and Hagerty Insurance, of course. And appreciate you guys. Great broadcast, and we look forward to seeing you at Bathurst.
All right, we appreciate you guys. Great win, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, I smell champagne. Joey Atterbury sitting on the podium there in the 3rd spot. Joey, got a little sprayed there.
Hey, man, how can you smell that cooks through the microphone?
It's expensive microphone.
That classic Cook's Brute up here on the podium.
That's right. So it feels good. Jumping up on the P3 spot, why don't you kind of walk us through how you got to that point? And you definitely have to tell us about the last lap with you and Ted.
No, it was a great race. Honestly, I didn't know we got the podium until we crossed checkered flag there, because I think it was Jordan who pitted early and had to come back in for fuel. So we were just kind of handed a podium spot, which I'm pumped about. I had a great battle with Ted Lowendick out there. I know that I came out behind him initially, and then we were able to do some strategy. We bypassed a couple cars, and he hunted me down there the last 20 minutes of the race. But there was a little bit of contact at the end. Actually, I got a message from Ted, so he's playing nice out there. He definitely got into the bumper, and I think I meant to get into it a little bit, but he got into it a little too hard, spun me around. But he was a gentleman out there and kind of let me get going first, which was nice.
Yeah. We saw the sportsmanship after he came in. We were actually just talking about it because I think back in the mini series, there was a few little incidents with Ted, and I said, well, Ted has been known for some aggressive driving there, so we were curious what was going to happen. But yeah, sportsmanship came out with Ted, and he let you get going there. But P3 spot. Great racing here at Barcelona. We had obviously that yellow come out at a good time for these drivers to kind of get packed back up and give us a show. Christian Shimshak put on a heck of a show up front there, again with Miguel and Ricardo from the Delta Motorsports team. Jordan Musser, tough break for him, but some really great racing out there. So special shout out to Race Control, Harold Darner, thank you so much. Jack Rouse Jr. for putting this all together. Joey Atterbury for keeping us all in line here. Rich Hall, special shout out to you. Thanks for hanging out with us here in the booth tonight. And everyone watching, be sure to like and share before you sign off. Show your friends what's going on over here at the ROUSH Performance eSports page. And if you guys have any questions for us, drop it in the comment section below. If not, we will see you next time. I'm sure we'll have some events from now till then. We'll jump on a Zoom call. Hopefully you guys get involved with that. We'll do some more giveaways. We're also going to be choosing a winner from the giveaway yesterday of the Sprint Series. So I'm going to go down in there and see who shared and liked that event. And we'll be sending you guys a t-shirt and hat. And so hopefully more giveaways for the future. But thank you guys so much for watching the ROUSH Performance eSports World Tour Series. Everyone, want to say goodnight?
Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much, guys. Good night, everybody.
All right. See you guys.
See you in Australia.